بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
The next thing we'll try to understand if you're using lightweight access point, how it is going to bind itself with a WLC. So we'll try to see the process at the back end, how it works. So whenever you power on the lightweight access point, let's say these are the access points here. Now these access points, whenever you power on and when it start booting, probably it will start the discovery process. So it will use some kind of discovery mechanisms at the back end to search and connect to the WLC. So basically we call this as discovery process. Now once it discovers, it is going to bind itself with the WLC. Now this WLC and the access point are going to bind and build something called CAPWAP tunnels. And these tunnels are used to encapsulate and forward the traffic. So we'll talk about more on the CAPWAP tunnels probably in the next video. So once this access points are going to be connected, now this WLC will be acting as a centralized hub for all the access points, and each access point is going to build the tunnels with a centralized WLC. And technically you may have hundreds of access points. They all are connected centrally to the WLC. So let's try to see the process. So the entire discovery process goes in, discovery and the registration process goes in 4 steps. Like in the first step, we call it as discovery request. Now this is something done by the access point. Now this access point is going to start the discovery process. So it's going to send out some discovery request messages. And probably the access point is going to send out the request messages to the WLC saying that, okay, first it is going to trying to discover the WLC. That's what it is going to do. Now, one or more WLCs you may have in your network. Now that WLC is going to receive that particular message, the discovery request message from the access point, and this is going to respond with that. So that's the next option, the second one, which is the discovery response, which is being sent by the WLC back to the access point. So probably in the first 2 steps is like the discovery process, where the access point is sending out the discovery request messages, which again the WLC is going to respond to that the discovery messages. Now probably in the third step, the access point, again it is going to send out a join request messages, where it says, okay, I'm ready to join to this particular WLC. So the access point is sending a join request to the WLC, and then the WLC is going to respond back with a join response. Now in the join response, again the WLC is going to validate the access point. Again, there are some kind of authentication at the back end, and it's going to send back a join response to the access point saying that, okay, I'm going to confirm that you are going to be connected. So again, the validation is done on both the sides. So the access point and the WLC, they do validation on both the sides. So they do have authentication process in the backend, and for that authentication process, they do have pre-installed certificates. Now these pre-installed certificates are something present by default when you purchase the devices. And these pre-installed certificates, basically they will decide what is the encryption key they're going to use for, basically they're going to derive the keys which are required for authentication and encryption. Okay, so these keys are actually used, again, ensuring that the messages exchanged between the access point and the WLC are encrypted. And it also prevent any unauthorized access points to be connected to your network. So basically before the access point joins, so there will be an authentication, the mutual authentication process between them, and it is done with the help of these certificates which are pre-installed. As I said, the major benefit to prevent any unauthorized access points joining the network, as well as ensuring that the communication process or whatever the messages exchanged between the access point and the WLC are encrypted.